Hi, welcome back. This is our final chapter. So, to summarize where we've been and what we've learned and where we can go, what we can do with that, and what the future's going to look like when we arrive. So, I feel kind of impassioned about this whole project because having breast implants was a journey for me that I didn't know I signed up for. And yet, not that I would do it again, but I would do something differently again. And it's that differently piece, the diving into the divine spiritual essence that we are cut off from, that our culture, our medical community, our political community, our families, a school system, our religious systems cut us off from. It is the retrieval, the resurrection, the archaeological dig, if you will, of those bits of us that were buried, sometimes under breast implants, that I recovered during this illness. In the 70s and 80s, we kind of lost our way in the medical community, our neurodivergent medical system. We considered the gifts, the opportunities and the options of getting breast implants by plastic surgeons to be the holy grail, or the quick fix for the lackings by whoever Mattel and Barbie's standards were popular at the time. Those lackings and those problems to the female physique, psyche, we thought we could fix them with plastic surgery, with breast implants. And I think that experiment is over. There may be a few women who are still coerced and drawn to learning their lessons that way. But I think it's okay to experience a few sagging breasts and irregular shaped breasts and sloping breasts, non-existent breasts. But back then we went all in for the mommy makeovers that were offered after we'd had children. And in having chosen that option, we cut ourselves off from connections, psychological development, spiritual development, maturity, truth, good relationships, connection to the Divine Mother. We raged an angry war on our bodies because we had chosen to be incarnated as feminine in female shapes and sizes. We wanted to experience the exquisiteness of the she, the Shakti that was our potential. But we were seduced. And we raged and raged and raged and punished our bodies, mutilated them. But it didn't bring us atonement. Our connection to Mother Earth, to our own divine femininity, was polluted with toxic chemicals that we wore around proudly like a badge of honor. I'm personally disgusted, was disgusted, and still somewhat revolt at my pictures of my image during those years. I let the opinions of other people and making a living to support my children derail me from a life that was healthy, was already in tune, already had spiritual healing gifts. So, what God puts together and lines you up with, you cannot be separated from. So if you do find yourself on the breast implant healing journey, connect with yourself. Connect with your own exquisite beauty. Don't waste time. You know, they say to wait to detox till you get your explant. For some of us, we had to detox all along. It's not an event. It's a process. Detox is a process. It goes on every day. It goes on in your choices. It goes on in your discrimination. It goes on with what you choose to put in your mouth, what you choose to put on your body, who you choose to be around, what you choose to drink, where you choose to shower. It's a continual process. And we didn't need the heavy duty loads of 40-some toxic chemicals sitting on top of our heart. We ended up having and creating dualistic relationships within the soul of our own feminine collective. I see that in a multitude of ways manifest. Sometimes I sit and just ask myself, how can women not know they are not their bodies? Sometimes my quick answer, my higher self says, because they're under the influence of toxic chemicals. I have a comedian for a higher self. We were desperate for attention, for love, and for approval from our tribe, from friends that we had chosen to associate with. We wanted to be like them. They would rather destroy themselves, however, and we went along instead of doing the inner work that it would take to acquire it naturally, authentically. Wherever you are on this journey, just stop. Just get into the space of your own womb. Ask questions and listen. We were conditioned to accept our flaws as weaknesses that we needed to fix by external means, chemical products, surgery, anything money could buy. Distortion. It is the biggest lie. We are sold that we can be anything we want to be. Just get plastic surgery. It'll give it to you. No. That distortion is reinforced by our families, our communities, our cultures, the medical community, the political and arenas, the FDA, the stage. It's all played out. So many laws now that do not protect a woman's powerful gifts and her creative soul. We came here to birth humanity and raise genius prodigies. As a collective, I hope we choose better. Much more loving, nurturing, soft, gentle choices, natural choices to live around and among and share. More divine choices that honor the mothers and the grandmothers, the sisters and the daughters here that are trying to survive, that came with a divine mission. If you want to make love to them, make sure they can feel you. Make sure they know you exist, that they're not numb to your presence, that they won't discard you. Because the lack of your touch on their skin would be so sad. I came here to create and to give birth to a future, to women, to raise them up or give them a hand up, not a handout, to align their minds with the mind of God, with their higher power, with their creator, their creatrix inside, the great spirit, the divine feminine, the Shakti, the essence of she. It's within us all, man or woman. But I gave it to girl children. And so it is the girl children that have held my heart and my attention and my intention and my highest wishes. When we extend love generously and spontaneously, we are filled with purpose and energized, and by doing so, we're able to do so much more. We have all been fully created and made perfect. And it is up to each of us to see the gift and the design that is in our DNA. It's in our beingness, our essence. It's all there. Just accept it as it is. Don't mutilate it. Don't depress it. Don't destroy it. Don't discard it. Don't make it toxic with chemicals and relationships and the environments. We can choose again to honor and respect and trust in our divine feminine sacredness. Many have lost faith in the mother, in the female, in the woman, but we can regain that. We can fall in love with ourselves again, or stop and remove whatever blocks that there are that stop you from falling in love with yourself again. If you don't love yourself now, stop. Give yourself permission to have time and space to find out how you can. What do you need? It's an important question. Ask in you, not just in your heart, not in the community of your heart where your family and your children and your husband and your mothers and your ancestors live, but in your womb where you were wounded. In your womb. Ask your womb what it needs, how it chooses to heal, what life it chooses to give. Don't let anything keep you from your gloriousness. That is the real you. Your gloriousness, your juiciness. Thousands of women in the breast implant support groups fuel the quest for the perfect body. You know, it's like a competition in those groups. They fuel it. They're allowed to contaminate the hearts and the minds of other group members. And they don't even probably know that it happens, because they're allowed to post questions and pictures of some surgeon's perfect boob job or perfect liposuction. Some plastic surgeon did it for them by inserting toxic chemicals and needles and cannulas again and again and again and again, attacking their bodies. To me, inflicting that kind of pain on the human body, it's gut-wrenching. All to get love and acceptance and power that you crave? Are we that empty? Were we that empty? Are we going to stay that empty? No wonder people have mommy issues or issues with women. I don't want to be like that. And thank God I'm not. I may have been. I don't know if all those chemicals allow you to see yourself very well. But I assume the worst case. These groups that are online are not healthy places to heal or to hang out on several levels. They force adrenaline secretions and cortisol into your bloodstream. You then depress your parasympathetic system and you distort the image of the divine feminine body and give tons of your hard-earned money to manufacturers who are in business to extract it from you. And then you give it to plastic surgeons who are in a business to make money. They have other ways to make money. Do more nose jobs. Do more reconstruction. There is no love exchange there in that community or in that industry. There's only illusions and the matrix and buying into the big lie. It's a whole big ego charade. And it's built on financial gain for someone else. You are left with 2 bags of toxic chemicals sitting over your heart, bleeding gel, formaldehyde, petroleum, chemicals into your bloodstream, into your lymphatics. That center becomes very low vibrational. At a time on Mother Earth where we needed to be lifted up, opened up, embracing with compassion and kindness and generosity and nurturing humanity and those prodigies that we brought in. But we are left deflecting any kind of real love that we could possibly align with or have ever had an opportunity to enjoy. If you could have just been able to go back and stop and do the emotional and the spiritual alchemy work inside of yourself and kept your money in your own purse, those toxic bags, they don't just cost you the money up front to get them, to have the breast augmentation. But they cost you in hundreds of other ways too. Your wardrobe, bigger bras, exercise class, keep your shape, massages because you're going to have joint pain, manual lymphatic drainage to get rid of the joint pain and the lymphatics need cleared out. You're going to have backaches because if you have big boobs, trust me, that back is going to hurt even more. You really are, you lose track of who you really are and what's really important to you. Your family, your health, your friendships and love, spiritual growth, real personal development, because it all lowers your frequency. It takes energy away from you every day. It diminishes your dreams, your goals, your bank account, your immune system, your health, your idea of who you could be. I have actually never met a woman in any support group, grocery store, coffee shop, gathering, anywhere that has had breast implants who has not lost something really important to her, besides distorting her own feminine vitality and health. Believing in that big lie is also being complicit in the big lie of the safety of those devices. To me, it's so repulsive now. My whole beingness just rejects it. The turnaround for me was complete. But I hold compassion and respect and honor for the women who have free will to choose the path that they're on. At one point, I looked at it as not like you're a sex worker, you know, who's doing a job, but it's a pervasive, underhanded way of being sex trafficked. So meaning you're not giving informed consent, you're not giving permission. A sex worker is a little different in that they're doing what they're doing with awareness, with information, with permission. And when you're carrying these toxic bombs inside of you, you're magnetizing certain low frequency to you. And whether you know it or not, it's a very pervasive way of being sexual trafficked. And my little dog and I have, in the last couple years, been literally rescuing women who have been sex trafficked against their will, against their permission, against being informed. And that has led to the explant of about a dozen women now who kind of woke up through the whole process and was able to get help, medical help, legal help, their surgeries paid for. We've raised money and found out insurance approval codes and things along the way. So getting those toxicity delivery systems out of your body, out of your environment, raise your standards, okay? Raise those standards. More than anything in this world, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to be fucked, but I do want to be held. I do want to be penetrated. I do want to make love in full awareness, in full consent, in full conscious presence. I want to behold with my feminine energy and divine she-ness my beloved. I want to behold him. I want to draw him to me. I want to dance with him. I want to look into the eyes of that beautiful soul and feel complete. I want to feel him in my heart. I want him to feel the same. I want to see who he really is. I want to be a balm, a remedy for a weary heart or a weary soul. I want to have adventures in business, in life, in art, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, everywhere. I want to enjoy all of that. And I'm finally old enough and smart enough that I get that now. I didn't when I was 20. My, what a difference 50 years can make. And you know, that's the gift that breast implants gave me. They gave me the awareness of not just what I didn't want, but they gave me time to find what I did want and become, by unearthing, by literally removing layers and layers of myself that wasn't me, that wasn't my core beliefs about myself, but they were conditioned into me. They were genetic programs from the womb, from the family, from the community, from my friends, from, acquaintances. They're not anymore. It's all been stripped away. I'm free. I'm alive. I'm probably at my sexiest. And I'm ready to become even more, I think that being able to help women through this journey is one of the greatest things that I could ever do. And I think it will financially reward me. I think in having that level of financial reward, I will burst another ceiling to freedom, because releasing the health issues brought me into freedom, brought me into a wealth of my own making, and now I'm going to take it to the next level. And I believe that's what women want. We want our own sovereignty. We want our own divine energy flowing through us. We want our own music to be heard, our own movies to be played, our own art to be seen. We want to be seen. We want to be loved. We want to be held. And we want playmates. And we want lovers. And, we want that divine king. A lot of people say I act like a queen. I want that divine king. I want him in my life. I want to talk with him. I want to counsel with him. I want to share ideas and thoughts and all that juicy goddess stuff that has been repressed for almost 70 years in me. So if you're up for the adventure, contact Anastasia and she'll let me know who to call. I'm almost 70 years old now. And, my bra size is non-existent. But I did a photography shoot here a while back, and I had these big dangly earrings on, and I sent them to my sister and a girlfriend, and I said, and I wasn't wearing anything else. I just had this on, and there was some, well, I think I actually did have a shirt on. And I captioned the picture. I said, "Do these earrings make me look fat?" And my sister said, "Oh my God, you do have cleavage." No, they make you look like you have boobs. So I thought, wow, nobody's ever said that to me. What a delight. What a delight. Um, I'm gonna stop here and let you soak up the chapters you need to soak up. There's a lot of pictures and data that's going to be inserted. There's going to be contact information here in the back of the book. There's going to be always an invitation to come and do private VIP coaching, um, container relationships experiences with me. I do them in private unless you're coming for a training and to get certified as a coach. Those can be done in groups and they're ongoing. So every month we do them. And if you go in this month and there's somebody else who's ready to come in this month, then there may be somebody coming with you. But my private one-on-one coaching containers are always private. They're not discussed. They are not going to be, um, your name's not going to be out there because this is very, very private work. I try to be a safe place for you. I'm not going to create a safe place for you. I'm going to be the creative safe space for you. And I think there's a big difference because a lot of people say we're going to create a safe space for you, but I think that's a never-ending game. I think when you have pure intention and love and compassion and honor and trust in your heart as a facilitator, you are the safe space. And with that being said, I do everything I can at all times to be a safe space, um, and to allow my students to always be informed and my VIP private clients, coaching clients, to always be informed. If you are still in question about what the private coaching container looks like, then I would say send a letter, an email to Anastasia, with my publisher, and take a risk and just say this is of a sexual nature, this is of a financial nature, this is of a health nature, this is of a cooking nature, this is of this is of that, and I only have 2 weeks to resolve this or 3 weeks to resolve this, or I have this or I have that, or I'm up against some other issues or whatever, and give me some parameters to work with so that I know how to structure a container just for you and time, and see where we can um, put some solutions and a package together just for you, because all of my private coaching offers are private. They're just that. They are completely customizable, and I am given the confidence within my education, within my experience, within my connection to the divine and the divine feminine, my own womb, my own heart, that whatever comes up, we will handle. And I look forward to being of service and being able to facilitate an experience for you to grow, to overcome things that you haven't been able to overcome before. And that's why the container is so exclusive, and we just don't talk about that. That is very sealed information. So um, with that being said, I will bid you adieu, and hopefully included enough for you to feel your way drawn to this work, as well as see an opportunity for your own growth, whether it's on a personal level, on a detox boot camp level, or on a professional development level. So 3 primary containers. And I don't think they're going to change. We're just going to keep doing what we are really good at doing and help as many people as we can and bless the world by continuing to do that. So please know that you will always have my love, and I will always send out the best intentions for your help, for your magnificence to be unearthed. Mwah!